What's going on, everybody? How you doing? What's going on? This is Lord PeteyTV here. Wanted to give you all another little look of what we're going on with our keys this week. Make sure you hit that subscribe button here in YouTube. And if you're looking to talk about what we're going to be ending up doing or seeing us live, make sure you go onto Twitch and follow us there. Now, I wanted to just apologize for the lateness of this. I am ending up in the process of moving, so I wanted to make sure I got a lot of that stuff, so I never had time to do this, and I apologize. So this week, what our affixes are going to be in WoW are going to be fortified, storming, and bursting. Those keys are going to what those affixes are going to do is a couple of little different things. So the fortified is going to end up giving you more. The ads are going to have more damage. The storming is going to end up giving you more of those swirlies around the melee, and bursting is going to end up exploding, and then it's going to cause all the not. I think it's ads that are there are going to be ending up blowing up, so they're going to end up causing damage to that group. So let's just take a moment and think about what those affixes are going to do to the group, and then we'll talk about that. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so what does this mean? It means that tanks are going to have a pretty hard week this week. Now, I've been tanking a little bit more than normal, and I can tell you that fortified does really matter when it comes to those higher keys for your tanks, because you're going to have to make sure you're ending up grabbing not too much, which is going to slow down your group. And then the storming is going to get annoying because you're going to keep getting hit for that, like that bang of damage, which is going to be really annoying. So you're going to have to be really, really careful of missing that. Now, as for that, the next thing is the burst thing when it comes to your tank being, if you're a tank. I mean, you have to be really, really careful on not pulling too much, because your melee is really not going to matter in AoE. For instance, the first pull of Freehold, like I've tried like fully pulling those groups, but in the melee, the melee and the range, they don't care, and they just DPS the whole thing anyway, and everyone just dies because the stacks of burst gets high. So you got to be really, really careful of that stuff. Now, melee, I really got to be careful of storming. So please be careful of that. Make sure you're not over DPSing the group so that that bursting kind of blows up in everybody's faces. Got to be really, really careful of that. Range, it's the same deal. Except for you don't have to worry about the storming so much because you're going to be ranged. So don't over DPS so that bursting can naturally bang some people and fall off from there. And then from there, your healers are gonna have probably the hardest part of this week, and the reason for that is because they have to heal off anyone that's getting hit with storming. They got to heal the tanks. Got to deal with most of the fortified damage, so they got to be careful of that. And then on top of that, you're gonna have your bursting, so it's gonna really be really, really hard for them there. The biggest people that are going to be a positive this week are going to be your Shadow Priest for your Massive Spell to get rid of that bursting. As also anyone that can remove magic effects, which is pretty much any healer. But the massive spell is just it's just too good for the bursting, so you got to be really, really aware of that. So, I think next week with some luck, I'll be able to give everyone more deep dives on each of the dungeons and where to keep an eye out and look for. Because I've been tanking more this week, so I have a better idea of some of these things. So people have ideas, okay? I greatly appreciate everybody. I'm going to try to get these done earlier. I'm going to try to at least get them done Wednesday. They might not be at 9 o'clock on Wednesday like normal, because we don't know what the affixes are until later. I keep trying to email Blizzard and see if I can get earlier information so I can drop this information to you guys as the servers come up, but I haven't been able to get that yet. So, all right. Love you all. Dream big. Keep gaming. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend. And I will see you all. I'll see you all next week. All right. Love you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button again. Bye, everybody.